Rolling.
Rolling.
Have you ever been offered drugs whilst at university?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, a couple of times.
And do you know anyone that's been negatively affected by taking drugs?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Is that at uni especially, or just?
Wait, are we talking about uni, or are we talking about back home as well?
Coming to uni, a lot of people didn't do them. And a year later, I see all my mates, I can't go and have a fun time without doing drugs.
They'd never really done anything, they never really had any intention to, and looking at them now is just kind of shocking.
Have you ever been offered drugs whilst at university or around campus?
Yeah.
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 Yes, I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
A fair bit.
Yeah, many times. It's not on campus now.
Good few times, yeah.
I have, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have, yeah. I haven't, no.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I've seen a lot of my friends from home and at uni, just some of them have their lives ruined by drugs. Yeah.
Expand a little bit on that.
Yeah, my friend Becca ended up in psychosis for a month because of drugs without any of us even realising.
Hi, I'm Becca and I recently came out of a month-long drug-induced psychosis after trying Ket, or what I thought was Ket. It was probably one of the most terrifying experiences of my life, for myself obviously, and my friends and my family. It pretty much meant that my mind was completely disconnected from my body, and I had a completely distorted view on reality. Nothing made sense to me. I was in complete paranoia and confusion the whole time. Before uni, I never did any drugs. Pretty much tried it because everyone else was doing it and it was so normalised in uni. Everyone just acts like it's not really that big of a deal. It's just the exact same as drinking. So when I was first brought to the hospital, luckily I have a family friend, Serena, who lives in Manchester, and she is a neuropsychiatrist who came and witnessed me firsthand and sat with me in the hospital before my parents came.
So I'm Dr. Serena Kirk and I'm a consultant forensic neuropsychiatrist. I'm a medical doctor, and neuropsychiatry works at the interface between neurology, which is science of the brain, and psychiatry, which is the mind. Psychosis describes disordered thinking where someone is out of touch with reality. Primarily in psychosis, it can present with a range of symptoms, but the three big ones are delusions. So that's when someone has a fixed false belief that's out of keeping with their normal experiences. Hallucinations, and that can be in any sensory modality, so of vision, of hearing, of touch, of taste, of smell. And the third is thought disorder, so disorganized thought and speech.
During the experience, I had the most terrifying and bizarre delusions. For example, one night I was at my friend's house and I thought they were all out to kill me, so I ran away from the house and hid in some randomer's garden while they were all out looking, having a search party looking for me, and I could just hear them shouting my name, and I just thought it was a mob out to get me, actually kill me, because my brain had just decided that was the reality of it. Luckily they found me, and that's when they realised there was something really, really wrong, and called the ambulance on me, and I ended up being sectioned and put in a psych ward. The psych ward was not a fun place to be. It was like a prison with 10-foot tall walls where you couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't leave the building, you're in shutdown, you aren't really a normal person in society anymore. My psychosis went unnoticed for weeks by all my friends because they didn't know what was going on, they just thought I was being really weird.
Hi, I'm Ben, I'm Becca's flatmate and I've known her since I was 4 years old, I think. I don't know. I can't remember, far too long anyways. Having a friend in psychosis was something I had never experienced before, and I never thought I'd experience because I don't think anyone ever thinks that will happen until it does happen. I thought she was schizophrenic for a good 2 weeks, I would say, because, I don't know, she just kept saying nonsensical things. It was an existential crisis in a way, everything she was taking was, I think, furthering a mental illness kind of thing. I think she had severe anxiety, which was triggered by existential things. Yeah, I didn't really know how to react to most of the situations that I was experiencing, because obviously it was nothing I'd ever experienced before. And whenever your friend is behaving in such a way, like when do you admit that your best friend has gone insane, basically, and like call an ambulance on them? Because like it was a lot whenever we had to actually phone the ambulance, and Becca stepped into the ambulance and just got whisked away. And like that was, we didn't really know where she was going to go from there, and the only communication we had was with her mum.
So how was it like for your parents?
Obviously it was extremely distressing for them. They had to see me probably in my worst state that I was in, where I was just completely gone at that point. It's probably like the worst thing to know that they had to call up my brothers and say to them that they don't think their own sister's here anymore. So I wouldn't want to put anybody else's family through that, because it was obviously heartbreaking for my whole family. They were all really, really upset about the whole thing, and they're just grateful that I actually came out of it. But a lot of people don't, which is what I saw obviously with people in the psych ward. They don't come out of it sometimes, and I'm really lucky that I did.
So when I was called to see Becca, I was very aware that I was coming as a psychiatrist, but really as a friend to the family and as a mother myself. So it wasn't just that I was observing a list of clinical symptoms and signs, but I was seeing a person, and a young person, who was really vulnerable at that time. When her mother appeared, it was almost an overwhelming, she was flooded with emotions, and she found those emotions very difficult to contain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you okay?
People always think about the physical effects, like health problems, liver damage, but they never think about the psychological effects of drugs and what they can do to your mental health. I would just say that losing your consciousness and being able to actually function in society as a normal person and have normal conversations and be able to think properly is way more important than taking any drugs. Like the slight buzz that you're probably not going to remember in a few days is really not worth losing your sanity.
Would you ever take drugs again?
No.